or in the G7 room, and that is, of course, the friction between India and Canada. Though there is a regime change, there is a leadership change. Can we expect something better? Because social media is replete, with Khalistani convoys trying to, in fact, send a message to the Prime Minister and his visit to Canada.
Let me first unmute. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay. So this, what you're saying is correct, that, the Khalistani media and the media supporting the Khalistani game is going to breathe its last very soon, in my opinion, because politically they have lost a lot of support in Canada, as was obvious in the recent elections. The NDP has been decimated. It's just a question of, how soon the governments of the world can understand that this is a very insignificant problem, and it needs to be totally starved of its oxygen completely. All the funding has to stop. So once the funding is completely dried up, I think there will be no, effort or energy left in this movement, because it's a totally artificial movement. Now, for the funding, which are the primary sources of funding? The primary sources have been drugs. The primary sources have been weapons. The primary sources have been the ISI of Pakistan, which is itself absolutely bankrupt, and China, which has been maybe providing the funding through ISI, through Pakistan, through other sources. Now, once the focus comes on to these channels, Mark Carney has at least reversed a lot of the, policy of Justin Trudeau, and he has been trying to reset the relations with India on a positive note. And I think it'll absolutely gain a lot of traction during this bilateral meeting, which will happen between Mark Carney and the Prime Minister Modi. And they will understand that this Khalistani problem is a paper tiger. And as Professor Nalapat also mentioned, that it is very important for the two countries now to move ahead on a very positive track. It has been unfortunate because, a very, very incompetent Prime Minister like Justin Trudeau set back the relations in a very significant manner because of his own challenges and his own incompetencies. Now, the leaders of the world, including the Five Eyes countries, which had lent very half-hearted support to Trudeau in his nonsensical statements about Hardeep Singh Nijjar, about moments of silence in the Canadian Parliament for terrorists, and that was really taking it to a lot of things which Justin Trudeau did, which were absolutely unpardonable, in terms of giving the free run to terrorists, giving the free run to their floats, depicting violence, etc., etc. All that will have to stop. So we have to see how to move ahead confidently as two good partners, as two good countries. India is very, very strong, economically proceeding ahead, in the sense that it is the major driver of the global economy. It has a young population. It has the largest population of the world. It is the fourth largest economy already, and it is not engaged in any of these wars in any way, and it can focus more on development. So it will continue to support the global economy in the most significant manner that we have seen in history. So the future is good for India, and the future is good for those countries which are going to be friends with India. So I think Canada understands that, and other countries, the sooner they sort of get that realization, the better it is for them also, and the better it is for India. So I think this G7 is going to be an important moment. It has not as much relevance as earlier, because Europe itself is not one of those stronger global entities today. It has lost a lot of its dominance and power, and with this Ukraine-Russia war, it is gone into even more of economic difficulties, energy difficulties. So for countries like India to get their rightful place in the Committee of Nations, we are going to see that happen more and more in a much more prominent fashion, globally, multilaterally, regionally. Thank you, Vineet.